Opinion disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed by Just Our Opinion podcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of any of our sponsors. Any content provided by our guest or authors are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, anyone, or anything.
Funny thing about love is you never really know when it's coming, but you better believe you'll know when it's there. True story. I must have been searching, though I wasn't looking for much. Checking out the scene, wasn't trying to get my numbers up. You know I keep it cool. I prefer to stay in the cut. Don't want no attention on me when I'm trying to shake the blues up off me. But then I saw your face, it caused my heart to race. Girl, you're looking like $1,000,000. Something about the way you strut your stuff. Oh, girl, you're fine as you wanna. What I'm supposed to do? Something told me got time to lose. Go ahead and bust a move. Funny thing about love, when it comes and goes, you never know. So you gotta keep your heart exposed, and you can be sure there's no cause and no cure. And if it wants you, oh, it'll come and find you. Fall back just a little. Don't wanna lead you on. Don't wanna push a feeling and make the feeling gone. You see, I got your number, but still I ain't used the phone. No, I let it breathe for a minute, baby. Next thing I know, you call. Damn. One thing I know about love, you never know when it's coming, but you sure know it when it does. Yeah. One thing I know about love, you might get what you ask for, so you better be sure it's what you want. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Funny thing about love, when it comes and goes, you never know. So you gotta keep your heart exposed, and you can be sure there's no cause and no cure. And when it wants you, oh, it'll come and find you. Yeah. One thing I know about love, you never know when it's coming, but you sure know it when it does. Yeah. One thing I know about love, you might get what you ask for, so you better be sure.
What's good?
What's crack-a-lackin'?
Happy Wednesday.
Hey, what's up, peeps?
Really? What's up, peeps?
Yeah.
Welcome to Just Our Opinion with Robin, Mike,
And Ty.
What's good, Ty? Our live just ended.
No, I still see it on mine.
No, sir. No,
I'm
sir.
looking at it on Facebook. Right here.
Can y'all see me? Tell me if y'all can see me. Because
See?
I can see
There
me.
you go.
All right. We good.
Oh, time out. So I'm going to talk to y'all gently as Robin go get the cord,
Oh.
the Ethernet cord.
Okay,
and
yeah,
that's
hold that
probably
down.
why it's jacking up.
Hold that down. Fuck.
So yeah, I will speak to you all slowly and gently as Robin go get our Ethernet cord.
See, that's what happens when Mike's not here, because he usually go take
Yes. So let me tell you a little bit about my week. You know, it's been a struggle at work this week. I've been working hard Well, no. Let's talk about a little something more important. Last week, I spent the week by myself. Didn't have my kids. Everybody I called to go out with or everything, they was all canceling on me. And it was just me by myself. My son wasn't here. My daughters wasn't there. It was just po lonely old me. And I know why. Because it's the summertime. And people are getting prepared to do their thoughtnisms. And be out here in these streets. Ooh, that's good. That pink kitty is the deal. So Robin is back with this cord before we actually lose Ethernet or internet.
I'm back. What's good?
There we go. So we all hooked up. Now we're running off of Ethernet versus Wi-Fi.
All right, y'all. I'm sorry about that. So as y'all can see, it's just me and Ty today, and Mike usually handles that. So to be quite honest, I forgot. It's my fault. Now I gotta catch my breath because I just ran both flights of stairs.
It bees that way sometime. You want to reset the TV? Yeah, we just all discombobulated this week.
I thought it was reset already.
Well, that's how y'all know we run our own show when we live.
That's how y'all know we do everything. We are video, right. We do audio, we do all our own editing. So holler at
my
JOO.
Own stunts.
I'm my own stunt devil. So holler at JOO because we do everything. But at any rate, welcome to Just Our Opinion with Robin, Mike, and
Ty.
There we go. And today we are talking about I changed for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good thing? Is it a necessity? Or can that be dangerous?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
And I want to dive into that thing. So y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? Gin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win.
Yes, sir. That song always get me where I need to be. I just came here to win.
Right.
So look, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what y'all got to do. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Are we hitting that beat? We going to do that thing today?
Yeah, we can. You about to bust a freestyle?
I got a freestyle. You know what? Straight from Off the Dome Records. Robin got a freestyle on her heart.
Here we go.
Y'all ready? Let's go. This sound like I should be talking low at the beginning.
Yep. It's Ty on the ones and twos.
Make sure y'all
I'm
like,
covering
follow,
the
share.
whole show today, except for the camera. I'm on computer and audio. Running this DJ extraordinaire, DJ Ty. And we about to give it to him.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Share that page. What? Share that page. Yo, share that page. What? It's time to share that page. It's 8 o'clock and it's Robin, Mike, and Ty. We about to get it in because we fly. It's time to do it. It's time to do our thing. It's Robin, Mike, and Ty, and we about to do that thing. It's going down. It's going good. We in the block and we hood. Make sure you log on and share the page with your mom, your dad, and your cousin Paige. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's rhyme. We get it. We going. We flowing. We on that thing. Make sure you share that page when you listen in. It's Robin, Mike, and Ty, and it's time to do it again. Oh.
Where's that?
That's the one you was looking for.
Yeah.
So y'all know what it is. Make sure y'all share that page straight from Off the Dome Records.
Yes.
You can't tell. Wait.
What?
You can't tell me to change my lyrics because Mike not here. The show is still called Just Our Opinion with
Who
Robin,
said
Mike, and
change
Ty.
their lyrics?
Like, the show is still called Just Our Opinion with Robin, Mike, and Ty. Anyway, so again, today we're talking about I changed for you. Is it a necessity or can that be dangerous? And I remember last week I told you guys that I wanted you to watch the Netflix show Sex Life. So I hope some of you actually...
Oh, we gonna mention some of that?
Yeah.
Have you finished the first season?
I did.
Okay.
I did. So I hope some of
Cheating
you...
heifer.
What I do? No. So I hope some of you actually did watch it because it's kind of a prime example of I changed for you. And one of the things that I've realized as a woman is we tend to, when we find that guy that we like or that we digging or whatever, we suppress a side of us.
Wait. Okay, I would say women and men do. Yes. Okay.
Like
keep going. Yep.
we suppress.
We can do that.
We
Yep.
suppress the side of us that may have been extremely promiscuous, or the side of us that enjoy sex a certain type of way, or whatever the case may be. There's usually a side of us that we hide in our back pocket and we put to the side and we tuck away real
Right.
deep down to be with this person.
But we do that based upon what we think the person may or may not like about us.
Oh, absolutely. But then at the same time, not only is it what we think the person may or may not like about us, but it could also be what that person has said that they're into or they're not into or they've never done, they've never experienced.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, when I first met my husband, it was some stuff about me that I was kind of into sexually that I did suppress for a while and I did keep secret for a while because I didn't want him to judge me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want him like, who is this chick and do I really want to be with her? But one thing you have to know is when you suppress a side of you or any version of you to be with somebody, that thing is going to come out.
Right. It's going to eat at you. I mean, it's easier to suppress it, in those early stages when you in like,
Right. Right.
But the longer things go and, the more routine things become, then that's when you start getting that resentment towards that other person because you suppress something about yourself, which really wasn't the other person's fault. They never knew that about you, but you just resent them for it anyway, just because you made up something in your head that you don't think that they would like. And they may not even like it, but
I know for me,
when I say that's something men and women do.
I know for me, it was because my husband was so cookie cutter clean cut. You know what I'm saying?
Them be the worst ones,
He
like
was
them
the-
preacher kids.
He was the nice guy, the good guy. You know what I'm saying? So, it was things about me that I, after almost 10 years of marriage, have just been able to reveal to him. Like, my confession. Within the past 6 months, me and my husband really had to have a sit down.
A come to Jesus meeting.
Seriously, a come to Jesus meeting and have a sit down. And I had to admit to him that I'm a sex addict.
Did you like your toes soaked with jelly? Not jam, with jelly.
Jelly, preserve. It got to have a
Homemade
chunk.
preserves. You need all natural.
It was the preserves. No, and seriously, and don't get me wrong. When I say sex addict, I'm not talking about just out having sex with random people. Like, I don't want
You're
you to
not
think
like
about
the chick in Sex Life.
That wasn't her either. Like, it was one dude that she wanted. It was one dude that she
was
wanted.
so wrong. So
See,
wrong.
here's the thing.
So
Here's the
wrong.
thing about her and Sex Life. First of all, a lot of that could have been avoided if he'd have minded his damn business. And I said what I said. And I said what I
I
said.
almost said the B word.
I said what I said.
Whatever.
If he'd have minded his damn
If
business,
she wouldn't have typed it.
Here's the thing.
If she would have kept it in
What
her
I
head
do-
versus on paper.
she needed to get it out. So she started journaling on her laptop.
And purposely
And her
left it
nosy ass
open.
husband, her
No.
nosy ass husband went through her laptop.
Oh no, she left it open and he was walking by and he was like, what is this? What the? And he, what the what?
But
No.
let's keep in mind that he continued to go back in and hack her laptop.
Well, yeah.
And at one point he was masturbating to her journal.
Because he was trying to give her what she want or be in her world.
No, he wasn't.
But still,
No,
there
he
was
wasn't.
nothing
No,
wrong.
he was not.
There was nothing wrong with her journaling at all. You know, getting it out, typing it on paper. That was her whole life. Her problem was when that journaling turned into journaling from what you doing now.
Here's my
Meeting up with old boy.
Here's the thing. First of all,
And
when she
it didn't
first,
even take her long to cheat.
when he she didn't cheat first.
Yes.
No,
did.
she didn't. She did not cheat first. He did.
No.
Yes, she did.
He only slept with 2 people.
Dude, have you even seen
Yes,
the show?
I saw. He slept with 2 people.
No, he
the one
didn't.
at the sex party and the person at his job.
No.
What?
No. He slept with the girl at the sex party, the girl at his job. First of all, and the girl at the sex party, let's stop right
Which
there.
was her girl.
That was his best friend's wife. That was not her girl.
Well, they was friends.
Let's stop that right
Yeah.
there. He looked his wife dead in the face, saw the hurt in her eyes, saw the trauma. She begged
did
him
it
not
anyway.
to do it. She literally was going, no, please don't. Please don't do this. And he looked her dead in her face and then looked down at this chick and was like, go ahead. Right there,
Yes, I
Listen.
would have too.
I'd have tore that party up.
No, after
I'da
that,
tore that party
she
up.
had already slept with old
No,
boy.
she didn't.
Yes, she did.
No, you need, boy, every time we talk about a show,
she
you be
journaled
sucking. No, she did not sleep with him. As a matter of fact, she never did sleep with Brad. She never, you need to go back and rewatch the show, Ty.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't,
She
Ty.
did sleep with Brad.
Ty, she never did sleep with Brad.
Yes,
I
she
think
did.
you was zoning out
No.
and confusing her journaling with real life because, Ty, listen to me.
She slept with
No,
Brad.
she didn't.
Yeah, and
No.
even her girl told
Ty.
her not to tell her
Ty,
husband.
she never did sleep with him.
Yes, she
Ty, I bet you $50 right now that from season 1, episode 1 to the final episode, she never did sleep with Brad. I bet you $50
did. Who was
right
she,
now.
Who was the guy
Right
she
now.
was effing
She
then?
never did sleep with Brad.
Who was she sleeping with then?
She never did sleep
Who
with
was
Brad.
she sleeping
She didn't
with?
sleep with nobody while she was with her husband.
So she naked all through season 1.
She never slept with anybody but her husband.
No.
As a matter of fact,
No.
in season 2, when she met the dude that she finally started sleeping with, she told him, I have not had anybody touch me in 9 years but my husband. She told him that the first time they slept together. I don't know
She
what
told
you
who,
was.
the Mexican
I
guy?
don't know what you was. He is Persian. I don't know what
She
you
lied,
was watching.
and Brad came in.
No, Ty, what were you watching?
She banged
Ty,
Brad
no,
all through season
no,
1.
she didn't. She was talking about their past. She never slept with Brad.
No. You
I bet you
confusing-
$50 right now.
You confusing.
I bet you $50 right now. As a matter, I bet you $200 right now.
Watch the show, Angel.
I bet you $200
Angel watching.
at this very moment.
I don't gamble. It's against the book.
$200 right now.
It's against the
she
good book.
never did sleep with Brad. Never did.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't.
cheated first.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she
No,
did.
she didn't. No, her husband cheated first.
No.
No, she didn't.
He was a victim of circumstance.
We have a comment from Vaughn, and he says she never sleeps with anyone other than her husband in season 1. And the reason I know this to be true is because my husband and I watched this show together, and we literally had a debate about it. We had a bet going while we were watching the show about who was gonna cheat first. She never did sleep
Yes,
with
she
Brad.
did.
No, she didn't.
Y'all just got to confuse
I
that she
bet
was
you
daydreaming.
$200 right now. $200 right now.
That she was daydreaming
I
about
bet
Brad.
you. No,
was actually
she was thinking
banging.
about their past. Every time that you saw
That
her have
past
sex
was
with
last
Brad,
week.
have sex with Brad, she never did sleep with Brad. Anyway,
She even left her husband for Brad.
no, she didn't. You obviously ain't seen season 2. No, she didn't.
I did see season 2.
She did not leave
They
her husband for
divorced
Brad.
in season 2.
She did not leave her husband for Brad. That's what her husband was so mad about, because he was like, wait a minute, so it wasn't about Brad? She was like, I tried to tell you
No,
that.
she left him for Brad
No.
at the end of season
No,
1.
she
The
didn't.
moment she ran out that house and ran over to Brad's house at the end of season 1,
You
that
mean-
was her leaving him for
You
Brad.
mean after her husband took the key from the chick he worked with, was out messing around with the chick he worked with, and then
No,
soon
she
as
was like, I'm not going to see Brad anymore. I'm not going to do this to you. Because she had seen and met up with Brad a couple of times.
she never slept with him.
I'm not going to be around him no more.
She
I
never slept
promise.
with him.
It's just me and you.
She never slept
and
with
the
him.
moment she was by herself,
Ty,
her husband
she
put a
never slept with him.
GPS on her phone, and here she goes.
And wait a minute. And here's the thing. Speaking of the GPS on the phone thing. Speaking of the GPS on the phone thing, I'm actually glad they ended up divorced. I am never an advocate of married couples not being together, but I'm glad they ended up divorced, because you reading my doggone journal on my laptop, you done put a GPS tracker on my phone.
Stop having it open.
My dog, we don't need to be together. Like straight
Of
up.
course, I wouldn't have been with that
We
cheating
don't, need
heifer
to,
either.
we don't need to be together. Like
Nope.
real talk, we don't need to be together. But back to what I was saying. We had to have a real come to Jesus meeting, and I had to admit to my husband that I am addicted to sex, and I'm not talking about illicit sex. I'm not talking about you know when you hear people say that they're addicted to sex, they're out having sex with random people and blah 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 blah. That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the fact that if I go too long without him touching me, I become angry. I become hostile.
You need a Snickers.
Like I literally become a very, very not friendly person. And it's because I am addicted to sex. And
Or you a dude.
you have to why I gotta be a dude?
That's us every day.
But my
For
point
all
is
our life.
But my point is, you
nobody
have
care
to-
about our addiction.
you have to understand your mate, especially when you're married to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that in relationships people suppress from the other person. And that's why we ask the question, is it a necessity or is it dangerous? And I say it's really dangerous.
Yeah.
Like changing
for
for somebody can be dangerous.
Yeah, I would say it's a little of both. It really would depend on what change are we talking about. If it's a positive change, like you used to do crack and now you don't do crack no more. I mean, yes, that's a good change, you know. So, but if it's like suppress, I guess you could suppress the part of you that used to do crack. I mean, but if you're suppressing something like about your sexual tendencies and stuff like that, and you're getting married, okay, yeah, that could be detrimental to your marriage. But I think that's something you should lay out on the table before you even date somebody.
I think I think laying it out on the table sounds good in theory.
It's-
Like because everybody says, you go into a marriage
I
being,
lay it down on the
you go into
table.
a marriage being honest, you're supposed to be honest, blah, 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 blah. But I don't think anybody goes into relationships and marriage being completely transparent. Anybody. I think everybody.
Yes, I agree with you. We're not completely transparent, but I think if it's something that's really important to you, you better be transparent.
Oh, absolutely. Now that I do
so
agree with.
If you need it all day, every day, you better let that person know.
Well,
Be careful what you want to. You want to be in a relationship with me? You're going to be walking strange for a week.
I know way too many married couples that the demise of their marriage is they're just not honest with each other.
That's they stupid fault.
Well, no, just for example, like you have people that are going through marital issues because
and not just that they weren't honest with each other, but maybe the person was honest with the other person, but the other person still saw what they wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah,
you know, people have a tendency.
Think you can change them.
People have a tendency to see what they want to see. You know,
Right.
ignore the signs and see exactly what they want to see. If you're married to somebody and, you know, they're just not a go-getter, you know, they just not a hustler. They're okay with, you know, working their little 9 to 5, coming home, watching their favorite shows on TV. You know, the lights on, there's gas in the car. We got 2 cars. You know, it's good enough.
Right.
If you're married to a good enough person,
and good enough ain't good enough for you,
good enough for you,
then you need to say something.
but y'all bound to have marital problems. But
Right.
my question is, was good enough never good enough for you, or was good enough for you until it wasn't? You know,
Or was good enough for you until you start talking to your
Right
work
there.
husband,
or your girls,
right?
or the fellas? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, because that
And
can
not
do
good
it
enough
too.
ain't good enough.
That can do it too. You know, if good enough was good enough for you until everybody around you good enough wasn't good enough for
Right.
them.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're stuck in this rut because you're like, well, why won't you do this and why won't you do that? And why
So-and-so
won't you
husband
you know,
do this.
so and so husband
Right.
do this, or so and so's wife do this, and you sitting there going, but I'm the same person I've been.
Right. And now you want somebody else.
And now you want somebody else.
And then you leave your husband trying to find that somebody else out in these streets
Absolutely.
and realize you had 99% good nigga. And you went out in these streets to find 1%.
You sound hostile.
And now you suffering.
You sound
That's
hostile.
what you get.
You sound hostile.
I ain't hostile.
But so for me, I think that you have to put some things on the table. You have to be transparent because,
Absolutely.
like, I'm one of those people. I had somebody tell me that them and their mate hadn't had sex in like 9 months, and for the life of
Because
me,
they were arguing,
I don't know what. I don't care.
separated.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because for me, I'm gonna introduce you to my boyfriend if you think you're gonna go 9 months without having sex with me.
Ooh.
I'm gonna bring him to the house and y'all gonna meet because ain't no way. Ain't no doggone way. I'm going without it being a serious medical reason on why we're doing this. You don't get to go that long without pleasing me.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could agree with you, but on the flip side, you have, unfortunately, husbands that deal with this all the time, and they really don't have much of a choice because they're between a rock and a hard place. She's threw up a stone wall and say, I'm not giving it to you no more, and you can leave, but when you leave, she gonna end up with half, and you gonna be in a rut that you ain't gonna be able to afford the next. If you cheat and she find out, she gonna leave with half, and you're gonna be in a rut. You ain't gonna be able to afford another.
Listen, that's
So
just
it's,
for me. That would just have to be the chance I have to take because
I know, and a lot of husbands do take that chance
I'm not
and
going.
they cheat.
I'm not going without sex.
But
That is that is a real line necessity for me.
I agree with you, but I was just saying it's not a easy
Because here's the
decisions
thing:
with
at the end of the
husbands.
day, y'all gonna end up not together no way. Because
Yeah.
sex in a marriage was created to bond,
Mm-hmm.
and when you remove that bond, you just got a roommate at this point that y'all just so happen to have kids together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You remove that intimacy in a marriage and that bonding time in a marriage. What else do you have? We paying the bills and raising a kid. That's it. Because I don't even like you right now.
Right. And I forgot who said that women need an emotional connection to have a sexual connection, and men need a sexual connection to have an emotional connection. So when you take that sexual connection from your husband,
See,
You're
I
about
think
to lose
I
that
think that
emotional
I think
piece,
that
too.
thing is 50-50 for me, interestingly enough. Like I think I'm one of those people that the sexual connection and the emotional connection are directly linked. And you know, they run 50-50 for me. I am past the random sex portion of my life, you know. So, you know, you do have to rev up the car. You know, you do have to, you do got to warm the car up for me. But I also 100% can just get, you know, broke down and be okay with it.
Broke out.
You know what I'm saying?
Give it to me, baby.
But it's so, I see so many marriages falling apart for people just not being honest with who they are. And,
right.
And I've had a few of my friends come to me and they be like, you know, Robin, you know, I need some advice. I need to know what to do. And I am far from somebody that can give any type of relationship advice. Okay. I am absolutely far from it. That's why the show is called Just Our Opinion.
Right.
We are nobody's relationship experts and we don't even claim to be. However, I tell my friends, like, one of the issues y'all are having is everybody is refusing to have the hard conversations. Everybody is refusing to be honest. And the reason people are refusing to be honest is because you're avoiding conflict, or you're scared how the other person is going to view or judge you when you be honest. But at this point, what do you have to lose?
But yeah, I mean, but that goes both ways. What if your okay, what if your husband was like, baby, we've been together 10 years and I got to tell you a part of myself that I really wanted to try, and I think since we married, we should try it. I want you to put on this strap.
Nah, dog.
What?
Nah, dog.
I want you to give it to me. Nah. He don't want to feel judged.
Nah, dog. I'm judging you. I'm judging you.
No.
I'm judging the hell out of you, man. I'm not gonna even. No, dog. I am judging.
You can't.
Listen,
you can't.
I'm judging.
No.
Listen,
judge, then put on that strap.
let me tell you how much I'm judging.
This other
Ty, I'm judging as I'm going downstairs to grab my suitcase.
No.
I'm judging as I put stuff in the bag. I'm judging
and that's the reason why people.
I'm judging as I gather the kids' stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm judging as my car warming up. I'm judging. I am judging.
That's the reason.
I'm judging as I'm shooting a quick text message to my attorney. Like, I'm judging.
But that's the reason why people, you know, keep stuff in. And I mean, that'll never be something for me, but that's supposed to be what a guy G-spot is.
I don't care. You will never experience that with me. Like, dog, like, I wish my nah, man. And here's the thing. Here's what's funny about that, though. It's such a double standard.
It
right?
is.
It's such a double. It's such a double standard, because at the same time, let your woman come to you and be like, "Oh my God!" Like, as a matter of fact, did you see Monique's comedy special?
Mm-mm.
So at the end of it, I'm not gonna say nothing. At the end of the comedy special, she went to talking about how she was sitting in bed and, you know, she was just having these feelings, and she had to tell her husband, you know, that she wanted to be with a woman. First of all, again, I'm not gonna touch that, but what I'm bringing up is the double standard, because, you know, if a woman says it to a guy, it's like, well.
Right, let's go.
Let's do this, you know. But at the same time, a guy say it to a girl, and you over here like, girl, come get me.
Baby, I've been having these feelings. And Roscoe at work. He's been looking extra good, and I just don't know why. But if it ever happened, Roscoe.
What?
Well, it is a double standard, but if you married, you supposed to be able to have any conversation without judgment.
Except that one.
Even if you say, no, I'm not going to do it, it's not for me, you supposed to, that's supposed to be a safe place where we can talk about anything.
It ain't It ain't
supposed to be a safe place.
It ain't that safe. Ladies, y'all tell me in the comments, is it that safe? Because for me, it's just not that. I don't ever want it to be that safe.
Safe? It can't be that safe enough that he come talk to you?
No. If that's what you feel, keep that to yourself.
No. Any conversation supposed to be safe place.
That ain't safe. That ain't safe. I'm leaving. I'm all the way out. Because here's the problem. I don't have what it takes to please you.
Oh, you can buy it. If you want to be with another chick, I don't have what it takes to please
a
you.
Tongue?
You got a tongue too. Spread them cheeks and go
What
to
is
work.
wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
You be back there fisting your husband.
First of all, if his joint wide enough to fist, he done had this conversation way before me. That's what you got to know.
I know.
Like, if he can be fisted, he late telling me about this. Real late.
Putin like hoot.
Okay.
What was that? Excuse me. Hoot.
What is wrong with you? Okay. But no, I'm trying to, I've seen just so many marriages fall apart.
Because people are afraid
Because
to have
people
conversations.
are afraid to have
Right.
conversations. It kind of hurts to watch people that you love fall out of love. We got a comment from my girl Coco, and she said that's a strong no, Ty. No.
So your husband
no.
can't even come
No.
and have a conversation.
No.
Whether you say yes or no,
I don't want to know
it's
that.
still supposed to be
No.
a safe enough
It's
place
not
to
that
have
safe.
a conversation.
I don't want it to be that safe.
Yes.
I don't want it to
Then
be that
you can't
safe.
get married. Mm-mm. Yeah, marriage
Because
supposed
I
to
don't-
be a safe place.
I don't need to see. What you're missing is
I
that
get it.
when
You
at
don't
that
want to
point-
know that.
No, it's not even. So it is that. But at the same time, you are telling me that I don't have what it takes to please you.
Same thing if you tell me if you want a woman.
No. Because everything a woman can do for me, you can. But I can't
Not necessarily.
I can't do
I
everything
can't put no
for you.
boob in your mouth.
I can't do everything for you. Most of y'all got titties too, so it's fine.
Maybe you want to
But
go box exploring.
I can't do for you what Roscoe can do.
You can put a strap on.
Nah, man. Nah,
You can put a
man.
strap on.
Nah,
I can't
man.
do for you what a chick would do for you.
Nah, man.
It's just, it's a double standard, but I'm saying, granted, he should feel safe enough to at least have a conversation with you about it.
Okay, all right. Let's say in theory that it's a safe space and we can have a conversation, right? Let's say that in theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I go back to being okay in this marriage, knowing that you run around looking at D prints and gray jogging pants just like I am?
No, I didn't say.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say. I'm talking about the strap on. Maybe he don't ever want to be with a dude. He just want to see what the G-spot thing is about.
If you want me to bend you over and put anything in your behind, sir, you have thought about
Roscoe.
Roscoe. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You're not gonna sit here and try to convince me that, nah, baby, I don't want to be with no man. I want you to be a man. Like, sir, no, sir.
But I'm
No,
saying
sir.
it's the same conversation.
It's not, though.
If you all are walking together,
It's not, though.
and you and him looking at the same chick, like,
So now we both got to be looking at Roscoe's pecs while we at the gym together. I can't even trust you to go to the showers at the gym after your basketball game now.
I can't trust you to go to the showers.
Nah, man.
I'm just saying he should feel safe enough to have the conversation. That's
ain't that
all.
safe.
I mean, granted, things are going to come out of the conversation where your wife or husband is going to feel a certain kind of way about the conversation both ways. But in theory, it shouldn't be any judgment.
Ty.
Although there may be. Like,
Oh, I'm judging.
yeah, what if your husband come to you and be like, you know what? Before I die, I don't know. When we go on our next vacation, I want to try a little cocaine.
That's not the same as telling me that you want
I'm
Roscoe's
just saying.
hard body against
Or
you.
your husband
That's
say,
not the
I want to
same.
try a little meth.
Yeah.
See?
You know what? Get back focused. Dad.
How do
Get
you
back focused. Because I'm not doing this with you. My point was that I've seen way too many marriages completely fold for dishonesty. Because one person is not being sexually satisfied, or because one person has become complacent, or it could be just as simple as the guy can't get it up anymore and he's embarrassed, but he can't talk. He feels like he can't talk to his wife about that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point does I'm trying to change, I've changed for you, become dangerous? Because it can.
That's when it becomes dangerous. When the environment isn't safe enough for you to have a conversation. That's when it becomes dangerous, because then you have to suppress all those feelings about yourself, because you know that other person is gonna leave you or judge you or whatever.
I think to a certain extent, it's a little unrealistic to believe that all of us don't have something that we suppress for our mate.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that
yeah.
every one of us has something that we are placing in that little box and, you know, stuffing away, that we know that our mate may not accept or may not be into, or whatever the case may be. It's something that all of us has put in that box and stuffed it away. But the problem when you put something in a box and stuff it away, that box start overflowing after a while. You start running into situations where you start having that yearning. You know, it can become a problem.
But if my two choices are hold this box in or lose the woman I love, so either way I'm gonna be in some type of pain. So which pain am I gonna choose? Holding it or losing it?
So,
because if your man tell you that he been looking at Joe Blow, then
I'm not talking about that
walking
anymore.
away.
No,
But I'm just saying, whatever that could be why someone is suppressing it. Whatever it is that's about themselves, that could be one of those. It's a change that's detrimental to them and could be detrimental to the relationship if they share it.
So this
it's
out.
like a lose-lose.
So check this out. And I'm not trying to deep dive into who was right or wrong in that movie. I just want to use the situation as an example. I just want to. She was not being pleased sexually. Her husband hadn't gone down on her in 9 months. You know, he was so busy working and so busy being a dad and, you know, so busy doing everything else that he literally forgot to please his wife. He didn't take the time to please his wife. He didn't take the energy to please his wife. She would, you know, try to have sex with him in the shower, and, you know, he would, oh, I'm busy, and, you know, I'm working, or, you know, every conversation was either about work or the kids. You know, she would try to. As a matter of fact, I think one of the opening scenes in the show, she was outside with their baby daughter, and he came out and he was playing with the son, and then he walked up and was like, "There go my beautiful girl," and she turned around excited, and he was talking to the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those are the things that cause, you know, those hidden suppressions. Because now, you know, okay, you as a woman, I'm gonna just tell you how we look at it as women. We start going, okay, I got this beautiful house. I got this amazing husband. He ain't cheating on me. He ain't beating on me. You know, he takes care of our kids. He's a great father. He's a great provider. So as a woman, and I'm only speaking this because I've been there. As a woman, we start going through all these things in our heads, you know, and you start going, do I really have a right to complain? Do I really have a right to be upset? Do I really have a right to make this a big deal? And my answer to you ladies is yes, you absolutely have a right, because what you're doing now is trying to justify being not being pleased and being unhappy and being miserable, because ultimately that's what it was. That's why her fantasies took over. That's why her thoughts took over. That's why her reminiscing about her old life took over, because she was not being pleased. She wasn't having these thoughts when her husband was breaking her down. She wasn't having these thoughts when her husband was taking care of business and when she was number one in his life and when he was taking the time that he should have taken to please her and to romance her and to do all of those things that he was doing in the beginning. She wasn't having those thoughts then. It wasn't until he became complacent in that relationship and he became comfortable in that relationship and in their sex. And it was even a part where he admitted, like, you know, honestly, I forgot that I hadn't had sex with her. Whoa, whoa, whoa. For a woman that is as sexual as she was, you don't get to forget to have sex with me.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you somewhat, but I mean, you make it sound like it was his fault. She never shared with him that freak side of her in essence.
And again, I'm not trying to go right and wrong about this show. Right. My point was that even without her sharing what her freak side was, he wasn't even doing the basic stuff that he started doing,
because he started working a lot more, became a lot more successful.
Like he wasn't doing the basics, and that's where a lot of marriages fall into turmoil. A lot of marriages fall into turmoil because everybody get into the routine of things.
Yeah, they get complacent.
Everybody gets complacent. Everybody gets into, oh, we gotta take care of our kids. Oh, we gotta, we're building these careers and blah 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 blah. And I hate to say it, but as women, we are emotional creatures. Like, we are so emotional. So you cannot not pay us any attention. We're like kids in that aspect. You can't not pay us any attention. You can't get so busy that you're ignoring us. I cannot stop being your favorite girl. I need you to go to bat for me. I need to feel like I'm number one in your life.
Right.
I need to feel like that you would drop everything for me if I need you. And sadly, most us married women don't feel that way. Most us married women, especially if you got 5 years plus in this marriage thing, and you do a poll of most married women with over 5 years of marriage, most of us don't feel like the man that we're married to, we are number one in his life.
I get it, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I agree with you in that poll, but I think you got to take that same poll, because us men don't feel too far from it. Us men, typically what happens when that first kid come along, then we are number 3 in this relationship. We are no longer your top priority. We're no longer the person you care for and love. It's your kid, you, then him. And we're just used to being second fiddle. So, I mean, it goes both ways. Yeah, us men, we do fall by the wayside and stop doing the dating thing because we get complacent and lazy and all that other stuff. But we feel that same way when we don't have that intimate connection with his wife anymore because of the kid. You guys go to bed at night and now she want to sleep with the kid in the bed.
I don't play that.
You wake up in the morning and you trying to get a couple of minutes with her before the kid wake up, and she got to, I don't know, put on her makeup or something, whatever. And then finally you get her last bit of time that maybe came once a month when she scheduled you in, and you like.
See, I guess for me, and 'cause I guess I can't speak to that because that's not the same for me. For me, I need to feel like you would drop everything for me. Like, I need to feel
everybody want to feel that way, men and women.
I need to feel like, I'm number one.
Right.
And like I said, unfortunately, most of us women that's, 5 years plus in don't feel that from our husbands. We, if you ask, if you poll wives for what their biggest complaint is in their marriage, most of them would be, he just don't pay me no attention no more.
Right. And then you're right about that, but most of us men, we don't feel like we're number one either. Matter of fact, we know we're not number one in marriages or relationships, because it's just sad these days, especially on Facebook. You see that new poll, who eats first?
No.
And most of them say the kids,
No.
my kids eat before
No.
him. I ain't trying to make him a plate first. Am I his mama?
Most of the women that say that are single too. They baby mamas.
It's a
not
lot of the
wives.
marriage ones
They
in there
baby
say
mamas,
that
not
too.
wives.
You know, it's not that many old school wives that still making their husband plates.
I just
They
feel
like I cooked, he can make his own plate. So we have got used to not being priority because it's that bad for us.
Well, how do we get that back then is the better question, because if
I can tell you how we get it back. Keep people out your relationship. That's the only way. Because the moment you start telling people about your relationship, then they be like, you cooking and making this plate, girl? What, you a slave? And that's what a lot of women think submissive women or housewives are. I ain't trying to be no slave. Girl, what you doing? And then he come home and be like, yeah, baby, can you make my plate? Do I look like a slave?
you know what,
And he's
this
like,
this might be a
what?
completely different show, a completely different topic. But one of the issues that I think happens with that situation is a lot of y'all men and husbands act like we don't work just as hard as y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going out and I'm getting it just like you getting it, like, okay, we'll take me for example. I have a full-time job. I go to school. I run this, run a podcast. So I'm constantly, looking for sponsors and guests and things like that. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm constantly doing that stuff on top of, a mom. And, I always have people pulling at me. There's always something or somebody pulling at me. And one of the things that annoys the heck out of me is sometimes I feel like my husband act like my job not as important as his. Or I'm not just as busy, if not busier than he is. Like I'll get comments like, well, I've been working all day. Damn it, so have I. Yeah, I've been working all day too.
Yeah.
Like I walked in here actually after you did.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree with you.
And not only
there.
did I work all day, I went to class today. I had to do my homework today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll literally be sitting at my desk at work. I have 4 monitors on my desk. I got 3 monitors for work and then a laptop on my side because I'm working and doing my homework at the exact same time. But these are those things about my life that my husband does not see and usually don't even take the time to ask. He doesn't know that I sit at my desk every day with 4 monitors in front of me.
I get you. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. My thing is just keep your relationships to yourself, because if you are used to cooking for your husband and making him a plate and that's your routine, keep that to yourself. The moment you go out and start talking to people about what you do for your husband, that's when you get those haters and those professional daters where they know what to do to keep a man but complaining about other stuff. Now granted, if you and your husband both out there working, then I'm wholeheartedly with the equal relationship. If we both out there working, we both cooking, we both taking care of these kids, and we both cleaning, it ain't
Absolutely.
I don't do that
Absolutely.
where you still have now there's certain jobs that even if we are both working, both cleaning and stuff like that, there's still jobs that I think that are mainly men jobs and women jobs. Like, I don't care. I think it's just the man thing to take care of the yard work, unless she just absolutely love gardening and stuff. When it comes to shoveling the snow, cutting the grass, raking the leaves, I just think that's what the dude should do. And there's certain things that I think the woman should do. But I keep those to myself.
I ain't trying to get canceled.
Nope.
You're gonna have a women's lib movement
Right.
all over your
I know.
inbox.
I know. Y'all need to, these feminists, whatever. Y'all
The
gonna
views and
see.
the views and opinions expressed by Ty are not the views and opinions of Just Our Opinion podcast.
Right.
No, I mean, I guess I would piggyback off of what you said, and not only should you keep your friends out of your relationship, but you should stay out of your friends' relationships.
Well, sometimes it's juicy.
No. What I
That's
mean
what I
is,
hear
do you
the
know how
juice.
many relationships have failed because you sitting over going, well, so and so's husband don't do that. Why you do that?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
and so's husband do this, that, and the third. Why you don't do this, that, and the third? So and so's husband work here and he do this and he do this, and so why you don't do that? So and so's husband make this, that, and the third. Why you don't make that kind of money? I know women personally,
Go be with so-and-so.
that are destroying
Right.
their marriage.
And they would not
destroying
like it if they be like, well, so-and-so husband,
Well,
wife
so-and-so wife
backing it
busting
up.
it open all
Yeah,
day,
she
every
on her
day.
knees every day.
No, they absolutely wouldn't like
Right.
that.
She
They
giving that
absolutely wouldn't like that.
4,000.
Listen.
Yeah.
Don't-
No, they would not like it.
I need you
They
to
would
look
be
at both.
so
I
upset.
need you to look at both sides of the fence, because you look and be like, well, Robin husband bought her a Mercedes. Yeah, well, Robin busting that thing open. It's 6 out of 7 days a week
Right.
too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you busting it open
and you
twice
busting
a
it
month.
open quarterly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You out here giving up the kitty quarterly.
Right.
And you better drive that Hyundai that you got, because
Right.
she got that Benz because she
Used
busting that
Hyundai.
thing. She busting that thing open 6 out of
Matter
7
of
days
fact,
a week.
You gotta use Subaru.
You out here, and you better drive your used Subaru while you out here giving up the nanny quarterly.
Right.
Because here's what I know. One thing that I know for sure: it take 2 people to have sex, but it take 2 people to not have sex too. I'm gonna say that again. It take 2 people to have sex, but it take 2 people to not have sex too. Because let me tell you what's gonna happen up in this house. My husband think he gonna go 4-5 days without having sex with me. Let me tell you what's gonna happen in this house. He gonna wake up one day strapped to the bed, and I'm gonna be done put a cock ring around that thing to keep it.
No, Robin.
And I'm gonna take what I want.
Me too. Prissy, call 911. Your mama taking my precious purse. She's stealing my innocence. No.
I'm just saying. So don't sit up complaining and talk about some, we ain't had sex at XYZ. What you doing? What are you doing? Did you take it? Did you give him the got 3,000?
No.
What are you doing?
Them got numbers go down every year of marriage.
No, they
and
don't.
dating, it start off at 3,000. By the time you in year 10, you be lucky if you get 300.
Lord help us.
You down to got 30. You like, baby, you remember when you used to 3,000 me? Yeah. When I'm gonna get that again? When you learn how to wash some dishes.
I'm just saying. It take, like I said, it take 2 people to have sex, but it take 2 people to not have sex. And if you married to me, we married.
And
Think of, try me.
I wish that was
Try me. Try
wish
me.
it was the case, because if it was the other way around and your husband did that to you, he going to jail forever.
Nope. No, we not. My husband has taken it. And I be mad as hell. And I be mad as hell like this, though. With my head in the pillow. Mad as hell.
nothing.
Mad as hell. And you better still not say nothing when we done. I'm still mad when we done. But ain't no way. 9 months. Get the hell out of here.
You mad? Bite it if you want to. See what happens. Care if you mad? I deserve 3,000. Now bite it if you want to.
You know what? As we go to our final thoughts, we got this comment from Vaughn that says, "No, over here we got 9,000, sir. Thank you, and good night."
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless and good night.
It's
Let's
just
hit-
TMI.
Let's hit them final thoughts. Ty, what you got?
Psh, I ain't got no final thoughts. I'm single. I got a whole litany of stuff. I don't hold back. I tell you what I want and need out of a relationship. If you with it, you with it. If you not, so what?
I dig it.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going to say, especially to my married women, there has to become a point where you're honest with your mate and honest with yourself. You have to be honest with your mate about your needs. You have to be honest with your mate about your wants, your desires, your dreams, your aspirations. Because if you're not honest and you're putting to the side your dreams, your wants, your desires, and your aspirations, that thing is going to bubble over and explode. And when it bubble over and explode, there's going to be collateral damage. Whether the collateral damage is your marriage, whether the collateral damage is your kids in a broken home, whatever the case may be, there's going to be collateral damage. So get to a point where you are identifying the fox and having those tough conversations. That's my final thought. So listen, thank y'all for kicking it with us today. Make sure on Tuesdays at 12 noon, make sure y'all watch the Lavish and Coco podcast. I watched this past week, and it's so funny because I watched that show, and I'm usually sitting at work with my headset on, and I watch the show, and, you know, sometimes they're having really serious conversations. Sometimes they're hilarious conversations, but it's always a good show, and we support. So, you know, we are not one of those podcasts that don't support other podcasts, and they family, so make sure y'all tune in to the Lavish and Coco podcast every Tuesday, 12 noon. I believe Coco is Ginger Hudson on Facebook. Lavish is Lavish T. Williams on Facebook. You can find the podcast on their Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook live every Tuesday, 12 noon. So make sure you tune in. Also, y'all know we got Taste of Black Spirits Brooklyn coming up at the end of June. I cannot wait. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going on, to see what we do in Brooklyn. That's actually why Mike is not here this week. Mike is actually in Brooklyn this weekend to get some of our promo footage so we can start showing y'all what y'all gonna be looking forward to in Brooklyn in June.
He getting a couple of purses too.
He bringing us purses back? Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got gifts to give out.
From that one street in New York.
You know, Louis all day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So listen, thank y'all for kicking it with us today. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. This has been Just Our Opinion with Rob and Mike.
And Ty.
Deuces.
Peace.